So today's video is going to be slightly different to what I usually make, but I thought since I have no client work and I have a bit more free time, it'd be quite valuable to share a few of my workflows, tricks to stay creative, and an insight into my life as a full-time creator. And with that, for me, every week starts in the Notes app. I always like to write down my priorities and understand what I'm really trying to achieve in the week. So my top priority this week was getting as much of my own content done as possible. An idea that I've had for a while is booking a nice Airbnb, a nice apartment, just somewhere similar to this, but different. Just wanted to film some different content, some YouTube videos, some reels, just something to creatively challenge me as I feel like I've filmed in this space quite a lot. So once I found and booked an Airbnb, I made a full milanote of all the different video ideas I wanted to make. I have 3 YouTube videos, 4 short form videos, some from those YouTube videos and some independent. But like always, is it a real shoot day if everything goes to plan?
You know that she wanna be where it's shining. On the coast, need the sun cause she a rose. We go out and do the most. Yeah. Fresh off hiatus, we back. We going up to the max. Yeah. Ain't no one holding us back. Too locked up, we been off balance. Things get rough, but we love a challenge. Press on us, I'm covered in diamonds. Ain't no scrubs, little baby, you styling. Yeah.
Who do I see?
Too good. Break it.
That's like taking the skin.
I take it clean off.
And how quick it was for me to get my arm out as well.
Yeah, I singed it. Don't film mitten.
Bespoke.
What a day. It's now 11:58. I feel like I've been going at it for like forever. Going all day. So didn't quite get as much done as I wanted today. Got some good stuff. Just I wish I got a few more bits just to make the trip worthwhile. So obviously booked this Airbnb to shoot a lot of content, but I probably overestimated how long things take. Just setting things up. And I feel like I did a good job of like pre-production to know exactly what I wanted to get done. But yeah, the Airbnb host, they're being a bit difficult, especially considering they didn't have like a great accommodation, like the shower dirty, bathroom dirty, towels used dirty, the sheets not clean. Yeah, it's a few things where it's just like we're clearly in someone's home that they stayed in last night, which is fine if you're going to put your thing on Airbnb, but at least make it clean for the next person to use it if you're renting it out. So yeah, that's not quite ideal. But I guess it's the situation we're in. So tomorrow morning, because we have to check out by 11, and we only got in this Airbnb at like 4, so we didn't have loads of time to get on the stuff I wanted. I've got all the B-roll for the light video. I just now need to get the talking head bits, which I've scripted out, and it's all good to go. So I'm gonna try and wake up maybe like 7:30ish. So this last reel I'm making is about the focal length, distortion, that kind of stuff. And how I'm doing it, I think it's very clever. That new Holyland Pyro 7 monitor I was telling you about in the last reel I made, let me show you how I'm using it. It's about the mess. So, you see that? I'm obviously not sat there. It's the thing. It's a overlay. So it means when I sit down, I just get myself in line with old me. You know, it's a bit far to see, but because we're at 150 mil, but whoop, zoom in a bit more, I can just out there, line myself up. It makes this whole thing so much easier when I'm trying to shot match each clip. You see how close I have to get to this lens to be able to get into this position? Like, this lens is so wide. So just like I said last night, got up first thing, got up around 7:30, set all of this up and done the talking head for the Zhuin 300 YouTube video. I done the reel for the X100 video, this little thing here. And I'm trying to work out, should I try and squeeze something else in? You know, I've got a few ideas, but it's 9 o'clock now. I need to be out of here by 11, just to pack down everything. So I could probably do maybe half an hour more of filming. I'm really tired. Didn't really expect that to impact me that much, but yeah, the lack of sleep's catching up on me. So yeah, we definitely have to be out of here by 11 because the owner of this Airbnb has not been a nice place. He is definitely getting a 1-star review because the house is dirty. There's old food in the fridge. There's just weird vibes around. There's loads of cobwebs, loads of spiders. There's just, yeah. For the pictures, it looked great. You know, you can see this looks like a great space and the pool table, everything. And it looked clean on the surface, but I think it's one of those things where like they clean it so when you look in, it looks, oh yeah, this is nice and clean. But when you move one thing, it's like, oh, this isn't actually been cleaned. It's just like a little sprinkle of cleaning. So yeah, not been the most happy with this place, but I have got the content I wanted, so I can't complain. So once we leave and drive back, I need to get home because we have a special delivery coming today that I can't miss. Oh. I am tired. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what this whole big surprise is, I don't know why I built it up so much. It's really not that big of a deal. But I'm getting a whole new desk setup. Well, me and Annie are getting a whole new desk setup. We've been living in the gutter using this for the longest period of time because we're in a small studio flat in London. You know, we don't need anything big. We want to make it a whole home office that's like really officey because it's still in the home like living space. It's not a massive space, but it does us. You know, it does us well. It does the job. So yeah, we've been kind of floating between the sofa or this tiny table that we usually just eat dinner at, but sometimes, you know, it's nicer to not have to sit on the sofa to edit on and use your laptop on. But now that Annie's finally got a different job where she's working from home a lot more, she's come around to the idea of actually having a functional working desk, something that's ergonomic and not just purely aesthetic. Finally. So that's the chairs. I'm so tired. Okay, I'm coming. Ah. That's tight. Ouch. Oh. That's one. Yeah. Sorry, downstairs neighbors. Ah. I'm sorry. This is getting ridiculous now. Oh, so as I was explaining, we've been in like a pretty rubbish working from home situation, more because I was the only one working from home and I would just go to like a coffee shop or a community, what are they called? Like a public working space, like a WeWork, for example. So I'd often go to one of those or yeah, I'd figure out another place to edit. So editing from home wasn't really an issue for me because I would do something else. But now that I'm doing a bit more editing from home, Annie's also doing some of her work from home, it only makes sense to go get rid of this, whatever this is. Which is great, you know, it's nice, it's comfortable, it's nice for like little intimate dinner sessions. That's weird. When we're eating dinner, but it's time for an upgrade. So I'm gonna try and do all of this before she gets back in about 2-3 hours. Here we go. So I'm going to guess, because this is the biggest item, this would be the first thing to set up. And I guess it's going to be the most difficult. This is standing desk, or an adjustable standing desk. I need a knife. Oh, that's going to make mess, not mess. I don't want to clean up as well. Oh. Try that again. Oh my goodness, I don't know what that was. Okay, let's open this quickly. All right, let's do this. So hot, had to change. Anyway, so I don't know much about DIY, but I feel like the few bits I picked up, you always want to lay out all of your tools beforehand, you know, have everything you need in an area. And then it makes it a lot easier to find things, you know? So, switch. Oh, that's a lot of screws. Oh, I was right, it is a cup holder. I hope we don't need like an electric screwdriver drill type thing, because I do not have one of those. Step one. But this is going to be here. That doesn't make sense. Facing outwards. But why has the diagram got it facing here? Oh, it twists. Duh. This is definitely something meant for like a real drill, because this is so hard to get. Oh my goodness, this is not a great tool. I'm going to a hardware store. I'm hoping it's still open, 6:30. This isn't going to work with a manual, I can't say toothbrush, a manual screwdriver. BRB. Look at this new toy. I'm excited about this. I really hope it doesn't need charging first, which is probably going to, but I want to get started now. I can't have to wait an hour to charge. There's my bin pile. This feels like the most adult thing I've done in a long time. Like a tool set. That is. I'm just so used to being at home. You just have a tool set. You know, you just go grab. I just go grab my dad's tool set, and he has all the tools. I don't need to think about where to get certain tools. Oh yeah, we about to get busy. I did it. Here we go. Moment of truth. What? Nice. I'm just saying. All me. That thing, it died on me multiple times during this. But we got it done, man. Yeah. What's actually so crazy though, that took, it's now 7:30. I went and got the drill at 6:30. So that took over an hour to get this. And I still have 2 chairs, 2 monitors, the keyboard, the monitor mounts, and tidy up. All right, I am skipping to the end of this whole setup. Here we are. Table done. Monitor stands done. Monitor's done. Mac here. I'm going to adjust this. I think how I'm going to have it is kind of like that sliding there and my Mac going up here. So I'll have this half. Annie will have this half. Oh my goodness, this is not set up right. It's 9:10, so I've been going at this now for nearly for about 3 hours. I'm hungry, haven't had dinner, I'm getting hangry. So I think I made good progress. This looks all neat and tidy, but I don't even want to show you. Let me show you. To be real, look at this. Look at this mess. All these boxes. I still have another chair to set up. We've got to sell those things. Got to set up the keyboards. There's a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna finish in the morning. I'm very happy with how this has turned out. It works, I'm pretty sure, just, you know. Oh. Okay. So it's beeping. I'm not sure why, I'll figure it out. But yeah, I am done for tonight. I'm gonna eat some food and call it a day. Done it. So obviously it's the morning now, and yes, I'm wearing the same top, but before you try clown me, I only wore this top for about 2 hours last night before, you know, making this, and now I'm going to the gym. So I'm not going to put a fresh top. Anyway, the desk is done. I figured out why the beeping thing was working yesterday. There's a lock mode, so you don't just like accidentally knock it, because it's not like a phone where it only reacts to like fingerprint or something. I still need to build the other chair, because it's not just a desk for me, as I said. So this will kind of fit in like that. Space for the other chair right here. Obviously when we're standing, won't need the chairs. But yeah, it's getting there. It's not quite where I want it yet, because I want to somehow get my Mac like here, which means these have to shift, which would work when, you know, we're both working, because this can come more here, while she's here. Anna will use her laptop on here. I'm gonna slide this over here and then have my Mac raised, have the keyboard and stuff. So yeah, it's a work in progress, but I think there is progress, which is the important thing. I'm about to hit the gym, and then we're gonna come back, build the other chair, get some work done. Even though I can't actually get into DaVinci Resolve right now, I updated my Mac to the is it Sequoia? The OS 15. Just because I wanted a few of the features, the smart features that are in the beta or on the new OS update. So you can only do that by getting the beta. Downloaded the beta, it was all fine. But every time I was logging into DaVinci Resolve, it kept asking me to put in my license key. I'm like, why am I doing this every single time? Like literally every single time I'd open it. So see if I'd leave my house, go to another place, it would always ask me to keep putting my license key in. Like, why? It's the same computer. Looked it up, went in the Blackmagic forums and stuff, and realized there's a new thing in this Sequoia update which like prevents people from tracking your Mac using your Mac address or something like that. So it's resetting it every time. But DaVinci Resolve uses your Mac address as like your device key. So every time I was logging into it, because my Mac address was changing, it meant DaVinci Resolve didn't recognize this Mac and I kept having to redo it. And now I can't log in. So I can't do any work except this first happened yesterday. This is again today. So I can't get into DaVinci Resolve to do any work at all. So I'm now downloading the free version, hoping I can do something in there because I need to cut up some, I need to do some stuff. Hopefully I just avoid the studio things, but yeah, I need to figure out how I'm going to get back into DaVinci Resolve because it's very annoying. So a typical day for me, and I say typical, it's usually only 2-3 times a week, just whenever I don't have any plans or shoots, I'd wake up around 7, just naturally, I'm an early riser. I'd go out for a run, nothing long, just about 10 to 30 minutes just to get the body moving, and then I'd start my working day. So about 7:45 now, I start editing, to-do lists, emails, all the general working stuff I do. That is all done in that main first block. You know, all the really important tasks, I just find in that first morning block, I'm super switched on. You know, nothing can really take me out and distract me. I'm just laser focused and I can just get so much work done. I then break up the day at lunchtime by going to the gym. I used to go gym first thing in the morning, but then I just found that I would then sit on my laptop the whole rest of the day and you know, counterintuitive. Yeah, you go work out in the morning, but then you're sat down for the whole day. So that didn't really sit well with me. So I just started changing it, run in the morning, work, gym, and then after gym, eat, shower, all that stuff, and go back into work. So depending on, again, what I have during that day, but I'd usually work for another 3 to 4 hour block, break it up by going for a walk, having a snack or something, some fruit, just yeah, keep it going. But then I usually would then come back to work and finish around 6ish, depending on how much work I actually have to do. But a lot of the time when I'm balancing my client work and trying to do as much of my own content as possible for you, you're welcome, it just ends up dragging on. So yeah, that's a standard day. Obviously that doesn't happen every day because I am going out, I do have plans, I do have shoots, I'm meeting up with my friends. But when I'm not doing any of those things, that's what my day looks like. But today I have not that much client work. I'm quite caught up with most of my edits. It's now more sorting out some of this video stuff, some of the content from yesterday at the location, a few reels that I have. And because I shot so many things on the same SD card in the same like hour span in the day, there's like, just, it's pretty messy. And I don't like things being messy. So I need to dump all the things onto the hard drive, figure out, sort things out into folders, and make it clear again. Because right now it's like 3 clips are from this YouTube video, another clip from this YouTube video, another clip from a reel here, and it's like, it's all very messy. But yeah, that's most of the plan of the day. I'll start editing a few of the videos from the location. I have a call in about 5 minutes with Pliability regarding all the stuff of the traveling we're doing next week, which I'll tell you about a bit later. Very exciting stuff. But yeah, let's get into it. So that was actually a very useful call. You know, meetings, sometimes they just drag on a little bit, but that was actually very vital. September's gonna be a massive month, lots of traveling, lots of different shoots, lots of different projects, all with Pliability, because they're like my main hub of who we're working for during September. So we're going to Colorado, then from Colorado to Hawaii, from Hawaii potentially to this place, Chula Vista, never heard of that, but South California, potentially going there. Come back October, a shoot in the UK with an Olympic marathon runner, and then beginning of November for the New York Marathon. So a lot of traveling the next few months, which is super exciting. We're just getting more clarity on it so we can start filling out the scopes. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about now, on like how I scope for some of these projects, how I go about it, how I create them, how I get the ideas, what information I need to create the actual scope, how I use ChatGPT. You have to these days. And that's all done inside milanote. So let's dive into that. So yesterday's screen recording didn't actually save, so we're just going to run that back. So when I'm planning a shoot, I always start on my phone. I always just literally random notes page, just jot down an idea. I do have like a set notes page for just video ideas in general. Maybe it's for a client project, whatever it is, I'll just jot it down in the notes page. And then once there's more substance behind the idea, once I'm committed to planning it, once I'm committed to actually doing the idea, I'll then move over into milanote. Bless you. Bless you. So it's basically a big organization software that I use to plan everything. A lot of other videographers, creatives all use milanote because of how easy it is to collaborate with others, to plan things, to lay things out. So yeah, this is my home board. As you can see on the right, this is actually something I added in yesterday, a new idea I'm trying, just to better plan videos, not plan videos, but keep on track of what I'm doing. Because I have a lot of stuff on the go at the same time. So I made one of these for like my own personal content, YouTube videos and reels, but then also one for my client stuff, which is down at the bottom. So this just allows me to know what is going on, what I need to do, what is missing, and just get things out of my head, because I have a very bad habit of I do quite well, but I have a bad habit of just keeping things in my head and not ever writing things down. I just always work like that. I just remember things, but sometimes when there's a lot of things on the go like this, I'm not 100% all the different processes and where we are. So this would be my first main thing, and then here would be like my main boards where I create things. So I have my content, that's just like my YouTube videos, which would be like the information for all of these videos. I have a few passion projects. And then pliability here on the right is just like my main client at the moment, so I plan all the shoots for that shoot, and I can also share those decks with the pliability team. So going through the step-by-step process of how I create a brief, I'll first do like a client brief. So that example, go into here. When you open milanote, I thought this zoomed in a bit, come out. When you open a new board in milanote, you have an option to create all these templates. So yeah, the pre-production here, character profile, beat sheet, storyboard. There's loads of different templates you can use, which is again a big plus side for milanote. It makes it easier than like Google Slides or something, because you have these templates. You can kind of just fill it in. You can filter it for what kind of industry you're in, what kind of industry you're trying to make a brief for, and yeah, go from there. So I actually have my own custom templates, because just based on things I regularly use to create all of my briefs. So if you go to custom templates, I'm not sure why that's there twice. Let's say YouTube scope. It's called a YouTube scope. That's just a lot of the stuff I've been doing for pliability, but it engulfs more than just YouTube inside it. So this is my base. This is where I start all of my briefs for pliability, and especially in the work we've been doing recently. We've been making a lot of like short form documentaries, long form YouTube videos, also separating the content to make ads, to make like social content. So we've been spreading it quite a lot. So this is my main brief that I then share with the team, and we can collaborate within that. So I'd start here about the film. This is where I put the title. So most recently we done a video launching Josh Kerr, the Olympic 1500 meter runner. So I can just put Josh Kerr here. That would be what the main thing is about. I would also put that up here. Josh Kerr, so it's labeled. Maybe this like could be Road to Paris, something like that. I'd then put a brief down here. This would be brief about the entire project. And then that would be the main card. I'd usually put like a little photo down here just so it visually looks quite appealing. And then we get to filming. So filming would be one of the actual dates. So let's say I'm filming on, I don't know, Tuesday, October 2nd. I think October's a Wednesday. Let me change that. Wednesday, October 2nd. Upload date. When are we looking to release this? What are the deliverables? YouTube episode 6 to 12 minutes. A reel promoting the YouTube video, a TikTok story breaking down of the YouTube video, split into multiple parts. Different things. Obviously, you can fill this into however you want, but just so I know, these are the deliverables we're trying to hit. Then we have the ad. This would be where I would put all the information I need for the ads, the brief, the questions, the direction, all that stuff for ads is in there. Same with the social side. just so when I'm looking at this deck on the day, I know exactly what areas I need to go to make sure I've ticked all the information off. Next steps, this is just a point of reference, so I know what I need to do next. So maybe it's talking to a client, maybe it's talking to his agent, maybe it's booking a location, whatever it is, it's just jotting it down so I know what I need to do next, and also being in line with the client. If there's something that they need to do, they can also see in that section. The location stuff, this would be putting in like where we're going to be shooting, what we're going to be doing on different days, the dates, times, etc. And then we get into the main chunk of the brief, which is where we have the mood board. I'm sure you know what a mood board is, just putting in references, inspiration, things so we get a general vibe and visualize what we want the final deliverable to be or to look like. There's question sections for when there's an interview involved. I'll put all the interview questions in here. And then the storyline. Storyline, I have like a basis general story structure. So we have intro, build, climax, resolution. I usually have 4 to 6 parts of every video, just so I know myself of like where I'm looking to rise, where the intro is, and different parts. And then also for the client, they can see how we're progressing through the video. So this last section where it says pre-shoot interview questions, it sometimes is that, but it could be anything. This is more just a final note. It could be like a very brief storyline if the client doesn't want to go into the full storyline, because this is usually decked out with quite a lot of information. This could be pretty much anything, but I just leave it as pre-shoot interview questions because sometimes I do have a pre-shoot interview with the subject just so I can get a feel to then make the brief. So that would be like the client brief for a project I'm making for like a documentary YouTube video type thing. Alternatively, if I was to make a YouTube video for myself, I'd start that off, same thing, go to new template, custom template, new YouTube video. This is how I structure all of my videos to start off. So again, similar vibe of the first one about the video, put the YouTube title, and then also answer this question: why should people care about this video? I can't remember where it is that I learned that question, but what they were explaining is like, if you're trying to grow on YouTube, if you're trying to make YouTube videos not just for yourself, make YouTube videos to give value and share what you want to share with the world, why should they care about that video? And that's just like a great way just to eliminate the bad ideas to the good ideas for myself anyway. So I always just like to answer that question so I know that, one, is it worth making the YouTube video? And two, just the general direction. Because I could make a video about, I don't know, why bricks are brown. But why would people care about that video? They probably wouldn't. So I won't make it. Terrible example, but you get the gist. Next section would be the video type. So is it educational, entertainment, inspirational? Most videos that you do watch fall under at least one of those categories. Great videos fall under 2, incredible videos fall under all 3. So I try to hit at least 2 when I'm planning my videos. Here I'd put a bunch of thumbnail ideas, and then inspiration. This is where I literally just put in things that inspired me, whether it's another YouTube video, whether it's a mood board, where it's stills from a different video, photos I've seen. I'd put all the inspiration, things that are inspiring me for that video in that section. Then we have these stories. So this is just generally how my YouTube video will flow. I would put my script in here. This would be like my video opener where I put the hook, the talking points going through. Obviously it's probably gonna be more than 3 points, but I just have that as a set structure so I know how am I going to plan and structure this video. Then we have the filming. This would be logistics of date, time, location, cameras, equipment, the B-roll list. What do I need to shoot? What extras do I need to get? I would then go into more detail depending what the product is. So for example, the light video I made last week, that would be B-roll of the light, getting this shot, this shot, this shot, getting the light screen switched on, all that kind of stuff, getting as much information as possible on the brief so that when it comes to actually shooting, I don't have to think as much because I'm literally just following the plan I've already previously made. So that's pretty much it. I'm not going to go through the Reels version of this because it's pretty much the same thing, just without the thumbnail and title stuff. But that is how I use milanote to structure all of my content, whether it's for myself, whether it's for a client. And I just find that very useful to stay organized. I find it useful to share with the client. And yeah, that is how I get my stuff done. So if you didn't know already, which I guess you probably wouldn't have because I don't talk about it often, but I'm actually really into my fashion. I love finding small creative brands that not too many people are wearing or even know about. So today's reason for another excessively early start is for a pop-up brand called About Blanks. So it turns out I wasn't actually that crazy. I was about 11th in the queue, and there are people who got there before me who woke up at like 3, 4 o'clock just to travel to be able to get to it. So I was like, you guys are a bit weird. I mean, I only woke up half an hour ago. You, 3 a.m., that's a bit excessive. But I ended up making some nice friends and actually realized if I got there even half an hour later, there was a massive queue that was ready for me. So I was definitely happy that I got up at the time I did. I mean, just look at the queue at about 10:15 once I'd left the store. Yeah, long. So I just got back from the pop-up store and I definitely bought way too much. Just not up to date. I definitely bought way too much. If I give you a quick preview. Now, part of the reason for that was just the rush. Like when you get in, everyone's swarming in, you know, everything's in like size sections, so people are swarming in, and most people go into the medium, large, or extra large section. So you're all like barging each other, trying to get through, trying to find the best pieces because you don't know what's there. And yeah, I think because of that rush, I ended up picking up more than I really wanted. So I might actually sell a few bits, but I'm still happy with some of the pieces that I did get because these pieces I wouldn't usually buy. And I like the brand, but their price point is quite high, and just I don't see it worth spending that much. So getting around 70% off, you can't complain. But before I get started with the day, I did want to update you on showing you the desk and how it's forming together. We're like 90% of the way there. So ignoring the clothes rack on the left, but this is pretty much where we're at. So we have Annie's monitor here, her laptop goes there. I got keyboard, mouse, Mac floating up there, monitor there. So it does work quite well. This is a table we're trying to sell. The two chairs here, they're looking quite nice. So overall, I think it works quite well. You know, I think we've done quite well with the like small amount of space. And what also is quite nice for my PS5, which is hidden away in like that cupboard down there. When they installed all the wiring in the house, they put a cable through the wall. So behind this painting is actually a few hidden ports. We have a power cable there and a HDMI as well as an Ethernet cable. So that means when I'm playing my PS5, I can just plug a HDMI cable straight into there and then it all just connects seamlessly. So yeah, I'm very happy with how the desk has turned out. So Saturday is usually the last day of my working week. Sunday I usually take off and, you know, just chill out, see some friends or hang out. But because I've done quite a lot this week outside of work, I guess because I've had no shoots, and I went to that meat festival yesterday. Meat festival yesterday. I went to the pop-up this morning. I'm playing tennis later. I have my friend's birthday tomorrow evening. So there's quite a few weekend plans. I still need to get some work done. Motion VFX did just release a new title pack, so I need to get a script and video done for that. And then just get stuck in editing a few more bits of what I filmed this week so I can get that all out. Because at the end of next week, I'm going to be traveling for about 20 days. I kind of need to get all of my own content done as soon as possible so I can keep rolling that out. So whilst I'm away, I can still keep posting consistently. So it's quite a lot, but I kind of see it as if I get a lot of this done now, I don't have to worry about doing my own content whilst I'm out there. I'll also try and get a few bits, but for the most part, I can just roll out that content because you're always constantly thinking, oh, I need to be consistent, I need to be posting, but it's so hard to do when you don't have a backlog of content. I've tried to make a video, post a video, make a video, post a video, but that workflow for me just doesn't really work. So I always try and just make as many videos as possible at one time, and then I can just roll those out. So just before going out to play tennis, I did get the entire script done for the Motion VFX video. And to explain more in depth what I do for Motion VFX, if you haven't heard of them already, they are a company that creates plugins, templates, titles, effects, all kind of stuff for both DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut, and a little bit for Premiere Pro. I've been working with them for a couple months now. I've been using their products for probably like 2 years. So how it usually works is when they're releasing a new product, they would send that over to me, and then once I fully understand it, I would then make a tutorial on how to use it, the best use cases, the little things like that. So if people who are buying the packs, they then have a guide of what to do with that pack. So as you've probably noticed, I do a lot of physical activity. I try to do something every day, whether it's going to the gym and training quite intensely, a run like this, playing tennis, paddle with my friends, or even just going out for a walk. I just find that being active really helps with my mental clarity and helps me creatively. Now, I might not be training the same way I do, but I highly recommend every creative out there to have another hobby. This allows you to step away from that constant work mode that I so easily fall into and give your brain a time to reset. And clearly my subconscious is still working because when I'm doing these activities, I still get a load of ideas. And why I personally like training the way I do in the gym or going for a run, just because it gives me a personal challenge, something that I have to work towards, and it's nothing that anyone can do for me. I have to really push myself. So it's nice just having that sense of achievement when I finally hit a certain mile time or lift a certain amount of weight. even though it's been a pretty hectic week and I definitely underestimated how difficult these videos are to make, I've enjoyed it. Now, I know it definitely wouldn't be sustainable if I did have the usual amount of client work I do have, but I'll definitely make another one in the future. Now, if you're still here watching, firstly, thank you very much. I do hope you got some value, and if you have, maybe drop a cloud down below in the comment section. Hopefully you've learned a thing or two, but the main point I wanted to come across in this video as a fellow creative is you are your own person with your own experiences, own thoughts, own processes. So there's no perfect way to balance things because no one else's life is the same as yours. You just have to find ways to make your life as simple and as enjoyable as possible. Now, I work quite a lot. Most of the time I'm filming, editing, producing videos for clients. Outside of that, I'm making videos like these. So in the times that I can to break that out, that's why I really enjoy going to the gym, going for a run, just doing things that mentally give me a break and completely get me away from that side of my life. So the moral of the story is find what works to create your balance and keep grinding through. Yeah, I'm out of here.